Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you hairy skunk apes, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Shatzer, and today I have a very interesting Sasquatch film lined up for us. It is James Wasson's 1980 I guess it's a lost cult classic hit because people are starting to find out now that it's a really crazy, bizarre film. The movie I'm talking about is Night of the Demon, and this one is insane. So let's get right into it. Here is Night of the Demon. Night of the Demon is a hair-raising and rather peculiar early 80s Sasquatch horror oddity, with an overabundance of over-the-top violence and gore, and an unusual amount of wacky and unbelievable moments, which will have you questioning your sanity as well as pinching yourself profusely. Strange in execution and unusual in content, this bizarre horror production takes the traditional approach of the Bigfoot movie and marches it into uncharted territory, as it mixes things up into unsustainable levels of absurdity and undeniably entertaining strangeness. Weird, wild, and unbelievably brutal, Night of the Demon is a complete and utter rabid cinematic experience, and one that won't leave you long after viewing. The film follows an anthropologist scholar named Professor Nugent and a group of his students as they embark on an expedition into the woods to track down the elusive Bigfoot after a rash of violent murders have begun plaguing the area. Determined to uncover the truth no matter what the cost, Nugent and crew trudge further and further into the fray, but will any of them ever see the light of day again after the vicious Sasquatch turns their collective dreams of finding him into an uncontrollable nightmare? In oddball splendor and low-budget spectacle, the cast of Night of the Demon is a strange bunch to say the least, as they all add up to nothing more than cannon fodder for the Sasquatch to rip and tear apart. Goofy in their execution and bizarre in their respective performances, the players all do their part in bringing some unusual life to this already strange story, making for a match made in heaven when it comes to weird early 80s low-budget creature feature strangeness. The doomed victims and daft individuals of this unbelievable Sasquatch slasher flick are Michael Cutt as Professor Nugent, the mustachioed anthropologist professor who recklessly puts his students in harm's way; Bob Collins as Roy, a smooth-talking student of Nugent's whose turn-ons are Bigfoot and cute co-eds; Shannon Cooper as Carla Thomas, a beautiful young woman whose father was killed by the hairy ape menace; Melanie Graham as Wanda, a wild-eyed recluse loony who was raped by the murderous skunk ape and left batshit crazy; and finally William F. Nugent as Luke Carlson, a creepy old man who's not too keen on Professor Nugent and these damn nosy kids. Across the board, the performers do a commendable job with the weird and wild material of the flick, and they match the sleaze and salacious content to absolute perfection. When it comes to bizarre cinema, Night of the Demon takes the cake, as it jumps headlong into some ridiculous and over-the-top sequences that will have you scratching your head with confusion, rolling on the floor with laughter, and cringing at the unabashed grotesque nature of it all. It straddles the line between horror and comedy so blatantly that it constantly pokes and prods the limits of good taste, often spilling over into complete and utter absurdity. From penis-snatching Sasquatch antics to stammeringly surreal sequences of pandemonium, Night of the Demon goes above and beyond the call of duty when it comes to cinematic moments that aim to offend and were made to shock and awe, all with a tongue-in-cheek brutality that can't truly be explained. The creature effects and design of the Sasquatch monster are tepid but functional, capturing that low-budget quality that the film is just drowning in, while at the same time producing a movie monster that is as unusual as its story and premise. Schizophrenic in its narrative structure and unhinged in its lust for blood and gore, this is one outlandish grindhouse-style production that goes for the jugular in its pursuit to engage and entertain. And what more could you ask for in a low-budget early 80s Sasquatch horror picture? In the end, Night of the Demon is a grotesque cinematic oddity that is as bizarre and unusual as its hairy antagonist, Beast. And there you have it, you Sasquatch sycophants. That is the really entertaining, totally bizarre, and very brutal Sasquatch film. That is Night of the Demon. Just really outrageous stuff. And a film you gotta see to believe, because it really is out there. And some of these sequences, you just can't believe what the hell is going on the screen. It's really mind-boggling. But guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below, because I love hearing from you guys. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.